What's going on, everyone? So, Kyle Kuzma is available for trade. The Washington Wizards are going to start exploring potential trades for Kyle Kuzma. Seen a lot of people say, what about Kuz? What about Kuz? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about Kyle Kuzma. Now, many people didn't want Kyle Kuzma traded to begin with. A lot of people wanted him to stick around. Jeannie Buss was like, loved Kyle Kuzma, right? Like, it just kind of seemed like he was a guy that was going to stick around for the long haul. Then the Russell Westbrook thing happened, and ultimately he's out the door. However, the Lakers almost traded him before the Russell Westbrook situation in the Buddy Hield trade for Buddy Hield. Now, Kyle Kuzma was being shopped and was rumored to be available at the trade deadline, but the asking price was like insane. They wanted like 4 firsts or something crazy like that for Kyle Kuzma. Based on the report that has came out, the Washington Wizards have basically kind of dropped their asking price, that they're willing to kind of explore in a more good faith manner, rather than like, no, the only way we're trading Kyle Kuzma is like some insane haul and package. Now look, Kyle Kuzma, I like Kuz, right? He's a guy that, one, has good size, good length, can play both forward spots, right? He would be a better fit at the 3 than Rui Hachimura was, right? Because he is more laterally quick. Kyle Kuzma, he has familiarity playing alongside LeBron. He has familiarity playing alongside Anthony Davis. He's a guy that could be a legit 3-and-D guy for the Los Angeles Lakers. Biggest kind of question mark, in my opinion, is, I guess, a couple things. One would be, would Kuz even want to come back? Right? Like, he's got a gig in Washington. Like, he's the guy, right? Him and Jordan Poole are out there, like, sitting courtside, checking out baddies and, playing hoops and losing. To him, he got what he wanted, right? He got his ring already. He's got the bag. Now he gets to just kind of go out there and hoop and have fun, and there's not the expectations, and there's not all this, like, crazy, like, they lose, no big deal. No one's blaming Kuz. No one's talking about Kuz. Like, he just kind of gets to live his best life, right, in Washington. Would he really want to come to Lakers and be the potential 3rd, 4th option, right? Like, because I imagine if the Lakers were to land Kyle Kuzma, they're not just going to stop there, right? Like, let's say you were able to get Kuz for a reasonable price and you did bring him in. I'd still imagine Lakers go get, like, DeJounte Murray or whatever, just using him as an example to kind of be that piece. Right, so now Kuz, would he like to go from being basically the guy in Washington to being the 3rd, 4th, 5th option, whatever he ends up being? I don't know, right? Like, I'm sure he would like to go to a more winning situation, right? To where if he could have a little bit of everything, he'd like it. But is the Lakers that place? The Lakers that destination? Another thing is, like, what is the price, right? Because, again, like, if they want 2 firsts for Kyle Kuzma, it's not really worth that. In my opinion, I just think that you're better off, again, going and getting a DeJounte Murray or somebody that I think would have a more bigger impact and would make more sense long term, even post Anthony Day or post LeBron James. Because it's like, okay, let's say DeJounte Murray is the same cost as Kyle Kuzma. Who makes more sense with Anthony Davis post LeBron, Kuzma or Murray? Murray does, right? Now you got that playmaker, you got that guy that can set up and establish. Anthony Davis, he's also a guy that go get you 20 and 9, right? Like, it makes more sense. Gives you some athleticism out on the perimeter, give you a point of attack. In a perfect world, he kind of becomes the all defensive guy he was with San Antonio. Boom, you're off to the races, right? You got kind of these 2 building blocks. Maybe Jared Vanderbilt still, hopefully he improves. We really need him to knock down the 3, which is another point, right? Like, Kuzma right now, he's better than Jared Vanderbilt, right? Not defensively, but like just overall. But to me, like, do you need Kuz's skill set, right? I would almost rather go get like a Jeremy Grant, who I think would be a better fit and does a lot of the same things Kuz does, but I believe at a better efficiency. And I'd rather go that route, which he would probably cost just as much as Kyle Kuzma. Right? Because also with Kuz, like, you're going to have to give up multiple pieces. Plus, you're going to have to give up picks. Right? The Washington Wizards don't want Rui back. Right? Because That's why they traded Rui. They basically picked which one they wanted. So now, like, yes, the Lakers' relationship with Washington is good, right? Like, they've made several trades, especially in the last few years with Washington. So Washington's definitely a destination for potential trades, which is why I wish that they would have gotten some of the pieces on Washington, right? Like Daniel Gafford, but nonetheless, I digress. To me, it's just like, okay, like, the relationship's there, but I just don't think Kuz is a guy that makes sense given the direction in which the Lakers want to go and with the regime, right? Like, Kuz, I wouldn't, like, if it happened, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, what are the Lakers doing? But to me, it's the cost. Like, if you could basically get Kyle Kuzma for silly peanuts on the dollar, then fine. But, like, I don't think that that's the case. I think Washington, they want to get a nice return for Kuz. And I just think the Lakers are so limited in their assets and how they can improve their roster that I think that just everything would be better allocated elsewhere rather than with the Kyle Kuzma trade of the Washington Wizards. I mean, he's still on the right side of 30, right? So, I mean, there is still, talk about a guy that go get you 20 a game, right? But what does he look like again alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis, right? Now, you might think he would look like he did in 2020, but that wasn't like a clear-cut third guy, right? Like, he was a piece of the bigger conglomerate, right? Right? Like, you had a car, and it was like you needed, like, LeBron was the engine, Anthony Davis was the body, right? And then you had, like, guys that were the tire. Like, Kuz was, like, the steering wheel or whatever, right? Or the brakes or whatever, right? Like, he was a big piece of the overall car, the vehicle that was the Lakers in 2020. But he wasn't like the clear-cut, this is the third guy type guy. He just made more sense. And because it basically came down to him or Brandon Ingram, he just was the better fit at the time alongside LeBron and Anthony Davis. So they ended up fighting to keep Kuz and get rid of Brandon Ingram, right? Kyle Kuzma now, again, he's evolved, right? Like, he's gotten used to, and he's even kind of taken little jabs and talked about things and, kind of given those, like, the I don't really want to go back type vibes, right? And, things change, right? Like, he might look at it as like, hey, I get paid, I get back in LA, right? Like, I go compete for another championship. Like, there is a possibility that he might be willing to kind of come on board and play a role, but, like, is he going to be okay and bought in as the third guy? And is he the answer as the third guy? I don't believe he is, right? I think Kuz, if we're talking like a legit contender, I think he should be like our fourth guy. Again, like, maybe if you got a DeJounte Murray, right? And, now you got like, AD, LeBron, Murray, and then Kuz is kind of like that other guy, then sure, right? I wouldn't be against that. But I just think, like, if basically we're having to trade half of our assets to go get Kyle Kuzma, I just don't think that that's the best option. Again, I'd rather go look at like a Jeremy Grant, somebody like that, which even that I'm not like super big on the Lakers going and acquiring, but to me, he would make more sense. I think he'd be a better fit. I also think he's kind of like a more mature adult version of Kuzma in a lot of ways. And I just think he does everything Kuzma does just better, just a little better, right? Like, again, that's just me personally. But, like, would it be a fun reunion? Sure. But I don't think he's one of the guys, like, there are a couple guys I would love to have back, right? Like KCP even. I would love to have KCP back. Alex Caruso, obviously. Like, I'd love to have Caruso back. Like, Kyle Kuzma isn't really at the top of my list for former Lakers that I would love to see back in a Laker jersey. I like Kuz a lot, right? And I'm very thankful and appreciative of what he did with the Lakers when he was here. I mean, he was, again, a big part of that. I just think he's kind of got it made with what he wants, right? Him and Jordan Poole get to be on Shacked in the Fool once a week, right? He gets to live his best life. To me, it's like, just let him stay where he's at. He kind of wants to be the guy or a guy, where if he comes to the Lakers, he would just be kind of an other guy rather than, one of the main guys. And I just don't think, like, longevity-wise, he's a guy that you look at and go, man, that's a piece we need if we want to contend even post LeBron, right? Like, again, and I'm not saying every decision has to be made in a post LeBron mindset, but the assets that it would cost to go get Kyle Kuzma, he would have to be one of those pieces. Again, if it was like you could get Kuz for, let's say a Rui deal, which is like 4 seconds, right? If you get Kuz for 3 or 4 seconds, then sure, right? Why not? Because at that point, like, worst case scenario, he's just another guy, but you didn't sell the farm to go get him, right? And you still have your first and everything else to go make other moves, right? But realistically, you're probably giving up a first and then some. Plus, you have to match salaries, which he's not making this like, he's not making $50 million a year or any of that. But like, still, it's just, I just think that there's other pieces on the market that would probably cost something similar that would just be better to acquire and make more sense for now and the long term. But as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like the idea of bringing in Kyle Kuzma? Do you think no, stay away from Kyle Kuzma? Do you think it just depends on the cost, depends on the price? Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.